Hey everybody, this is Frankie Abruzzino with an Uncensored Report. And this time I'm coming to you to talk to you a little bit about Fukushima. And it's something I'm huge on the environment. Anyone that knows me, I'm big on it. And it's amazing how there's really no coverage as to what the impact has been on our coast from Fukushima or on the environment around the world. This is an ecological crisis that is huge, significant, larger than the world's probably ever seen, yet nobody ever mentions it in major media, corporate media, political bodies. You hear a lot about global warming, but you don't hear about this. Nobody's championing a resolution. There's a lot of hidden stuff. The owners of the plant there are not being transparent at all. Neither is the Japanese government. A lot of denial, a lot of ignorance on it, coming from both media, politicians, and basically the world at large. Everybody's out there denying basically that Fukushima is an issue. If you survey out there, you go out and survey mainstream media about the coverage fallout of this event, they're treating it more like a human interest story instead of the dire, immediate threat it truly is to our environment, that it has been over the years. The effects on nature are already being seen, yet among the environmental factions of the media, there's a strong denial of the damage that has already been done. And as this crisis approaches, the 6th year, there's some 300 tons, get this, 300 tons of radioactive water that are being dumped into the Pacific Ocean every day over there. Where do you think that water's going to, folks? And yet you got government agencies out there. And a lot of people put a lot of credit to these agencies when they come out and say so on the CDCs, but FDAs and all that. In this instance, the FDA, they're out there maintaining that there's no evidence of contamination from Fukushima within our food supply. But I beg to differ. And a lot of independent researchers contest what the FDA is saying. Is the FDA being disingenuous? Is there powers that be are saying, hey, we want a good reading, a good report on this? You can't trust everything they're saying, folks. If you look at Fair Winds Energy Education, they have a report. It says that cancer is on the rise in areas around that power plant. And millions will die in the coming years as a result of it. We here in the United States in a couple weeks, less than a couple weeks, we have our elections coming around. It's been striking, if you go out there and look, that neither of these two parties, Trump or Hillary, or even Gary Johnson or the environmentalist, have mentioned the crisis at all. It's a non-issue to American politics. It's deafening that nobody's even covering this. Nobody's talking about it. I believe they have some kind of 40-year plan out there, which is to stop the radioactive contamination in the Pacific Ocean, around the Japanese islands. But it's failed. They tried building basically an underground wall, frozen dirt, to block the seepage of this groundwater into the surrounding areas. It costs over $300 million. It failed. There is no true solution. And nobody's really working on it because it's being ignored. Kind of like Haiti. Haiti was just hit with that major hurricane. Nobody's talking about it, and it's being ignored, and it's crisis level down there. Back to Fukushima, though. You had, like I said, you had cleanup efforts, both previous, you have the ongoing. You got the biggest issue that coming up is storing the contaminated water. And a lot of people are saying that's just a Band-Aid. A lot of that water where the storage bins are is leaking radioactive water, and it's accumulating every day. There's no long-term solution or plan for its proper disposal. Again, I know you're thinking, this is Japan. What's it a worry to me? Should be a worry because this is going into the Pacific Ocean. This is flowing our way. And the reality here is that this crisis is untouchable in scope, unparalleled in lethality. If you just look at this video that's playing to my left, no one of significant importance is talking about this issue, is talking about this crisis, is working to elevate it at a national or international priority. To me, this is more of a priority than global warming, but you're not seeing that. In America, our politicians are more focused instead on who's going to be the next president, which we need to have that. But what about some of these issues like this Fukushima, like the EPA leaking a ton of crap into the rivers? Where is that environmental focus? Some of this stuff is a dire issue that's going to impact us. I refuse to buy fish that is over in the Pacific because of radioactive issues. And I got some concerns with the Gulf with all the chemicals they were putting in with the oil spill. Don't get me going on that. And you got to wonder, though, why is it being ignored? Is it because nothing can be done about it? Is it because the energy industry is controlling the conversation? Think about it. Are they covering up the truth? We've already found out that there's been a lot of non-transparency over in Japan with the company, with the government, and there's been a lot of truth that has not come out. Perhaps it's the agenda of the U.S. to destabilize and push the expansion of their Orwellian permanent war that we have going on. The ecological disaster, basically, let's even think about it this way. Are people out there thinking that this is a perfect opportunity to take this ecological disaster and go towards global depopulation and put it in play? And I know a lot of you are like, what? That many of the leaders, many of the people out there have a main issue with overpopulation, and depopulation is one of the biggest things that are being pushed in secret. This Fukushima meltdown is a slow burning apocalyptic event, and it needs attention. Like a lot of the issues out there that need attention, but they're not getting it. So let's hold our politicians accountable. Let's hold our leaders accountable. Because this is a ticking time bomb. And it's not just all the way over there in Japan, folks. No, it's not. This has been Frankie Abruzzino with the Uncensored Report. What say you?